Hey John, how are things going in horse racing this week?
Hey Linda, things are going great. Hello horse racing enthusiasts. We're coming to you from the sunny state of Florida, the city of Parrish, on the banks of the Manatee River. So if you see an alligator come up on me, just someone scream out here. But we wanted to have a quick discussion since it's so sunny here. One of the things I wanted to mention is it's not so sunny up at Saratoga. So right now, as of 9 o'clock this morning, they took all of the four of the turf races onto the dirt, or the mud as it were. And the ninth race, which is the graded stakes, I think it's the grade 3 Lake George, they're trying to hold out and see if they can at any chance possibly run it, since it is a graded stakes race. So when you look at the handicapping today, and we'll go through a little bit more, we got to really focus on the scratches, the races being off the dirt, and I have some tips for you in a little bit. Before we get into that though, I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday's card, just to clue everybody in again. What we're doing is, I'm trying to do a video every day that Saratoga is running, and then what I'm trying to do is list out my picks, so the top 4 in each race, and then what I think is the long shot. And I try to send those separately in the comment section. Seems to be working pretty well. I've seen a couple of comments from Cream Corn, I think it was, saying that they were had won some money. So I think that's great news. Yesterday we had 3 races where, depending on what you played, if you played the exacta, out of those 4 numbers you would have hit. If, one of them we had exactly right, the 4 numbers, and so you would have won the try. And then the last long shot was the 2, and I believe the name was It's All Coming Together, won the last race at something like 9.5 to 1. So that was a long shot. It's not the 14 to 1 that it was morning line, but it was a long shot, and did really well with that. So just to recap though, over the last 2 days, if we look at that long shot column, we're 3 for 20, and that's great because we're taking long shots there. These aren't like betting on your favorites. These are the races that keep us in the game and keep us betting the pick 5s that ultimately we're going to win some cash on. So I just wanted to mention that. So today's card. That ninth race looks like a good race. I believe it's the 8th race. You'll see some the Curlin. You'll see some horses that were familiar to us during the Derby Trail. They're not the top levels right now, but maybe someone will win coming out of that, and then they may show up in the Travers. We'll see, the Travers. So one of the things I wanted to point out is, again, in the 9th race today, I kind of like the 8 as my long shot, and I'll be looking at doing something with the 8. When we look at the card today, you're looking at mud, you're looking at horses, races that are off the turf, and so what kind of pedigrees are we looking for? Well, one of my keys, and really lately has been really running really well, is the Spicetown horses. They run great in the mud, they come out of nowhere. And Munnings. So if you look at Spicetown, and Munnings was by the sire Spicetown. So Munnings, if you see Munnings, that's the same sort of angle, if you will. Into Mischiefs run well. Any of those in recent memory that you see, that ran in the Derby, because I think I saw an Always Dreamin' today. Always Dreamin', won the Kentucky Derby in the mud. So, you kind of, playing the game on and on, you kind of get a feel for who are the pedigrees, what are the pedigrees that play well in the mud. Now, a lot of folks, if they don't feel like their horse can run in the mud, they're going to scratch out today. So you got to keep an eye on the scratches, look at trainer percentages, look at that Tomlinson figure for horses that run in the mud. Anything around close to 400, those are horses that like to do it, and look at what's their record. Is it 1 to 1, 2 to 2? And then obviously cross-check that with Saratoga. To the extent you find something in the mud at Saratoga, it's beautiful. So I think that's going to be it for today. What I'd like to do is send this video out, and then I'll send the picks accordingly. You'll probably see it all at the same time. If you like these videos, you find them helpful, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, tell a friend. we're getting that that viewership up, and these are all all good signs, and it's a lot of fun. And I love specializing in Saratoga right now. I get a good feel for the track right now, and it's great time. So good luck at the track, horse racing enthusiasts, and I'll talk to you soon.